I'm working remote this afternoon, and I do apologize for my dogs barking in the background. Not sure what's going on with them.
Oh, no problem.
I received a call earlier today from our legal advocacy coordinator,
Okay.
and she said she spoke with you late morning.
You're right.
This morning?
Yes.
Okay. So Alma said that you were looking for legal resources, and we are not attorneys. We don't have any way to give legal advice, but I'd like to be able to give you some resources that may be able to help with your situation.
Oh, I was wanting to get advocacy and a case manager there.
Okay, and advocacy and case manager for what specifically?
What do you offer? What all can I get? Because did she tell you what I was experiencing?
She did tell me what you were experiencing. What I'm wondering is I would like to hear from you though, because I want to be able to support you any way we can. I'd like to hear from you what it is that you need, and let's see if it's something we can. If we can't help you, I'll certainly try to give you a referral to somebody who could potentially help you.
Yeah, I think this is where the disconnect is, because I don't know what you offer, and I keep asking multiple staff what the services are, and no one's willing to tell me the services.
Okay, so we offer law enforcement accompaniment to interviews for victims of sexual assault when there's a law enforcement interview. We offer hospital accompaniment to sexual assault survivors. We offer immigration help to sexual assault and domestic violence survivors who may be suffering due to immigration issues, like, maybe they're afraid to report because they're worried about their status. Does that make sense?
Okay, I don't have immigration issue.
Okay. Protective orders with the DA's office. If there's a report filed and the DA has agreed to take it, we'll advocate. And what that looks like is we accompany the survivor to a meeting with the district attorney's office to offer emotional support in that prospect. We offer help with getting identification if the survivor has to leave, in an emergency and they're not able to grab their driver's license or birth certificate or social security, something like that, right? Then we'll work with them to help them get those identification needs that aren't met at that time. Is that kind of answering your question a little bit? Okay,
so for your organization, the organization as a whole.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what about making sure the police are following up on the reports?
They usually won't give us information unless they contact us to ask us questions. Like if I were to call and say, can you I need to get information about a report for Jessica Smith, right? And this is the report number. Without a written release of information, they won't have any conversation with us. And oftentimes, unfortunately, even with a written release of information, they have the right to say, yeah, well, we're only going to discuss that with the person involved. So as far as the follow-ups, our hands are pretty much tied. Sometimes they cooperate with us and sometimes they don't. And I've had it go both ways.
Okay, so as an advocate, if there's police corruption, are you willing to help?
We're always open to helping somebody any way that we can.
Okay, so whatever services I can get, if you let me know how you can help, all the organization as a whole, whatever that you can do, I would like a case manager and, feedback on what next steps to take to protect me from the man that has set me up with multiple police departments. So I don't exactly know how to handle that kind of situation.
Okay, so Alma is our legal advocate coordinator. She would be the one that would work with you and any police issues, anything like that, if she's able to help. We don't make any guarantees that we can help. We do the best that we can to provide services for you. But keep in mind, Kiana, we're not attorneys, and I don't want to give you any information that's not true and correct. or anything that's not going to be helpful or might leave you in a position feeling like, you know, you got misinformation. We don't want to ever do that to you.
Okay, so how do I get started on getting services and getting a case manager?
Okay, I can have Alma call you and do an intake and see if we can provide services to you. Would that be helpful?
Okay, so let me make sure that I understand. So you have to see, this is the third call. Well, so how long is the process to see if you're going to give me services? Because Alma had to contact you to see if I got services, and it's been taking a pretty long time for me to actually get the services and get started.
So Alma called me this morning and said that you needed services, that you've been very frustrated with other agencies and had some struggles with some other agencies, and I don't need to even know who they were. That's okay.
Well, if you're going to be help me, that's not exactly what happened, and it's very vital that, you know, for people that are going to be my advocates to know that I'm getting railroaded. So she didn't give you completely accurate information.
Well, she did tell me that was the perception, and that's the situation that you're in right now. She did tell me that. That's why I'm reaching out to you to see how.
Well, I mean,
services.
Yes, so well, you know, you would need to know that I did get arrested at a domestic violence support group. So that's not just a perception. And then police have removed me from getting advocacy. So it just wouldn't be a perception, it's actually occurring. So I do need for my advocates to realize that I'm getting railroaded. I don't know of very many people that are aware of anyone that got arrested sitting at a domestic violence support group and police intervene and them getting services. So that's pretty unusual.
Okay, I want to make sure I understand this correctly, okay?
Okay.
What I'm understanding, Kim, is that you were arrested at a domestic violence support group?
Yes.
Okay, hold on just a second. I want to write this down so make sure I have the information correctly as you're giving it to me.
Okay.
So you were at a domestic violence support group, and you were arrested from there?
Yes.
What were they arresting you for?
They said they keep on giving me criminal trespasses at public places to keep me from being there.
Okay, so the arrest was for criminal trespass at being at the DV support group?
Right.
Okay, hold on. Okay, which DV support group was it?
New Beginnings in Garland.
Okay.
That happened April of 2019.
Okay, April of 2019?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I just want to make sure I have all this down here.
Okay.
Okay, it happened in April of 2019. They arrested you for criminal trespass while you were at the DV support group. Did they tell you why you were criminally trespassing being at a DV support group?
They've done it multiple times. They don't give me a reason. They don't have a reason. It's out of corruption.
Okay, and where else were you arrested for criminal trespass?
I was also arrested. I get threats of criminal trespass all the time. I have multiple different threats of criminal trespass. But right now I'm kind of being put on the spot for the other criminal trespass. I can't think of them right now, but I can get back with you with the other arrests.
That's okay. Could you do that? Because it's hard. I'd like to be able to follow up as much as I can. And again, I'm not promising that they're going to tell me anything because I can't guarantee that. But I certainly will look into it and check for you. I promise you that. You have my commitment on that.
Yes, but I want to get to being actually to get protected. And I do appreciate you going into looking into the record and the false arrest and, you know, and that. But the other services, and to get started on that, you said initially that you would have to see if I qualified, or what were you saying?
No, I just need to make sure that we can offer you the services that you need.
Okay.
That's the part I'm not sure about. I want to make sure that we can offer you services, and if we can't, then I want to refer you to somebody that maybe could help you.
Okay, so any particular reason why I can't get assistance there? And why you would have to refer me out when I'm requesting a case manager?
if we don't have the capacity, if we can't provide the services that you need, because agency-wide we're not able to do that, then I want to make sure that you do get services that you deserve.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. So you would need to call me, have Alma call me back to see if I can get services?
To understand what services that we can help you with.
Okay, so she said that she couldn't provide me the services, and now you're saying that you can't. She said that you would have to call me back for the services, and
Okay.
now we have to get back with Alma for services?
Well, why don't let's try this, Kiana. Tell me what it is that you would like us to support you and help you with. Let's start from there, because I want to make sure that you're getting what you deserve. Okay.
Okay, so you want me to go over the services. Let me look on the webpage, because for some reason I'm not really able to get all of the services that you guys offer. So one moment, let me look on the webpage. Okay, so I do show that you have counseling. I was able to look on the site, and then I was told that you had counseling, so I'm interested in getting the counseling.
Okay.
And the site really doesn't have a lot of what you guys do.
Well, we offer 24-hour hotline to callers. We have an emergency safe shelter. We offer sexual assault services for law enforcement accompaniment, hospital accompaniment, things
Well,
like that.
I just want the information for me that I could use since I have the police situation.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted, something that I could use.
Okay.
First,
Would you like me to ask the clinical team to contact you for a counseling intake?
okay. Well, so I have to go to the clinical team and get another intake for the counseling.
Yes, but I would put the request for intake in for you.
Okay. So then
Would that be helpful?
yes, that will be helpful. So I get a clinical intake for counseling. So then
Yes.
where do we go from here?
I mean, I can look into, like I said, I can look into see how we can support you based on what you told me about feeling like you've got corruption with the police and feeling like, you've been arrested unnecessarily. I mean, if there's a way we can support you, I want to. I just can't tell you what that would look like right now with this phone call without an opportunity to do a little bit of research and figure it out.
Okay, because I spoke with the representative earlier and she said that you would be more assistance. So do you need to get me?
I'm very sorry that I'm not. I wish I was. I wish I could be.
Okay, so as far as I would think that the first things are first, getting me protected, huh? A protection order.
Okay, and so who do you want, or who are you trying to get the protection order from?
Yes, the person that is stalking me and set up the multiple false arrests.
Okay, well there we go. I knew that there was a stalking situation here, but I think there's just been a little breakdown in communication figuring out. Okay, so tell me this, who is the person that is stalking you that you need a PO for? What's that person's name?
Jason Gardner of Vivid Images.
Okay, hang on, Jason Gardner. Okay, this helps me some.
Okay.
Okay, hang on, of Vivid Images?
Yes, and that's in Baton Rouge.
He's what, honey?
It's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay. Tell me what is he doing? How is he stalking you currently or in the past?
Well, see, what he does is he has the police department. It lists the police department. So when I went to the domestic violence shelter, they showed up and had me removed. I report crimes to the police department and incidences like assaults, getting threatened, pickpocketed, and different things of that sort that I believe he set up. They won't take the reports. I got trapped on a train. I think he set that up for trauma. And while I was trapped on the train, I was getting threatened. The police covered for it. They wouldn't do a report. They tried to give me a criminal trespass from catching the bus because I was going places begging for my life and trying to get a support and going to courts and different things. So he tried to have the police department give me a criminal trespass so I couldn't catch the bus out of corruption. He bribed a court to hinder my child custody agreements and multiple different parties to be involved in the corruption.
Which domestic violence shelter were you in when he had the police remove you?
Yes, that was New Beginnings in Garland.
Okay. And
I want to concentrate, on what
that
he's
was
doing.
also
But go ahead, if you need to know that again, the New Beginnings, it was in Garland.
yeah, that was also in 2019,
Right.
Tiana?
Yes.
In 2019. Okay, were you a resident in shelter when that happened?
No.
You were not, okay. But that was when you were at the DV support group.
Right.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure that that's clear here. Okay. Let me see what I can find out about this for you and how we can support you. And I'll reach out to community partners to see if they can advise how we can facilitate something with this as well.
Okay. So as far as the protection order, back into that, I was giving you the information. And how do we get started with that?
So with the protective order, there has to be in order to get a protective order, you have to have filed a police report or have the district attorney's office issue this based on a victim impact statement that you give to them.
Okay, so you can assist me with getting a victim impact statement?
We absolutely can assist with victim impact statement. Now, here's the thing about that. We don't mind doing that. That's never a problem. You have to be the one that contacts the district attorney's office to ask for this, right? We can't, unfortunately, they won't allow us to ask for it on your behalf without a police report. But you don't have to have a police report to do it. The only difference is you have to be the one that requests the protective order without a police report.
Okay, so I just wanted a support system. So with the advocates, can I meet with them? You're saying you're working remotely. So can I meet with the advocate and we do this together?
We could do it if you okay with trying to do it on Zoom and can schedule that with the DA's office to do it with via Zoom for sure.
Would you guys be able to assist me with doing it Zoom or scheduling with the DA? Because
you would have to be the one to do the scheduling with the DA to get a meeting with them, and then we would accompany you via Zoom or in person if we can to the actual meeting for a request for a PO.
Okay, so you want me to call the DA, you're not able to do it?
We're not able to do that on your behalf.
Okay, and get a, set an appointment for the protection order? They won't call me back. So, but let me get the name of what is it called again? What I'm asking for the DA, what is it called?
You're asking for a protective order?
What's the name of it, the kind of protection order? Statement, something.
You're asking for a protective order, and we will help you with your victim impact statement at the time.
Okay, victim.
At the time that they hear your request for a protective order.
Okay. Okay. So, as far as legal and getting attorneys, you have to call me back with that?
We do not provide attorneys, and we are not attorneys. We can refer you out to Legal Aid of Northwest Texas or to the Texas Advocacy Project.
Okay. So, the services that I'm getting offered is the counseling, and what else?
We can offer you counseling intake. I can have a clinical counselor call you back, and we can provide accompaniment to law enforcement offices or prosecutor's office once you have a scheduled time to meet with them to discuss the protective order. Get that scheduled, and then we can accompany that via Zoom or in person.
Okay, so you're a legal advocate, and I really can't get legal information from you, though?
Well, we can give you legal information. We can't give you legal advice.
Okay. So
basically, what I'm giving you right now is legal information, right? I'm kind of telling you the steps to take the process of. That's considered legal information.
Okay, so for hindering the child custody agreement when there's like that's part of the abuse, do you have information on that? Where are the steps I take for that?
We would unfortunately have to refer you out to that because we can't give advice on that.
Okay, and what's the referral?
Let me just get it for you here. Hold on, just 1 second.
At number 4?
That's for Legal Aid of Northwest Texas.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure I understand. So what we have completed so far is you gave me references to other places to get legal, and you're with the legal department. So you gave me references to other places, and you told me to call the district attorney on my own and set up a tell them I want to do an impact statement for a protection order.
Yeah, you want to do it. Tell them you want a protective order, and then we'll do an impact statement to take to a meeting with them. But what only thing you're going to request from them is that you need a protective order against the stalker. Now, Kiana, when you maybe call Legal Aid of Northwest Texas before you call the prosecutor's office to request a protective order, because they have attorneys. They may be able to request that for you. We can't request it because we're not attorneys, but they may be able to. I can't say for sure they can, but that may be something that would be more helpful to you.
Okay.
Okay, so I would try that first and just ask them if they can assist with that. If they can, that'd be wonderful. If they can't, they may tell you what I've told you is you have to make that contact yourself, but I sure would try them just in case they could.
Okay. So call on my own, and let's see, in addition to that, you're going to sign me up for the counseling.
I'm going to put in a request for intake for counseling services as soon as I am off the phone with you.
Okay. So will I get a case manager?
I can't tell you what it looks like right now because I'm not part of the clinical team. And so the first thing they'll do is do an intake with you and determine if, what that looks like as far as schedules and what they have available and what your availability is. So I don't want to tell you misinformation about their process. I do know they call and do an intake with you, have a conversation with you, and then try to get you set up and scheduled.
Okay, well, what's the what's the hold up in me getting a case manager? Why would they refer me to legal before they gave me a case manager?
Because we have to have a clinical intake for you to even get a case manager or to have a clinical counselor.
A clinical?
Clinical is counseling.
Okay, I mean the case manager for the services altogether. That will give me information because we're not really doing a lot addressing the party that's harassing me and stalking me. So okay, I wanted to get...
I'm trying to address that with you and give you steps to take. At this point, I think Alma is happy to work with you as a case manager, legal advocate on this. She's happy to work with you. I'm just giving you the steps to take right now. And then at that point, then we would certainly step in and help you as much as we can.
Okay, so when is she going to call me back to get started on the resources? Because all I'm doing is just getting referred to other places.
So what I need you to do is reach out to Legal Aid of Northwest Texas and potentially reach out to the Dallas District Attorney's Office. Once that's happened and you've got an appointment set to get a protective order, then you contact Alma and let her know that you need accompaniment and need help with a victim impact statement.
Okay. Okay, so we have the counseling, and then I contact Alma to let her know that I need a victim impact statement.
Once you have an appointment with the district attorney's office, yes.
Oh, once I have an appointment.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. I hope that answered your questions. I know it's a lot, and I know you're going through a lot, but we want to help you as much as we can.
Okay, so Alma's going to be my case manager?
Once you have a date set, then that's the direction we will go in.
Okay, once I have a date set, I need a case manager altogether for support and direction on how to pursue. So I'm not allowed a case manager?
We don't just assign a case manager at this point.
Oh, you don't?
No, we don't.
Okay. So basically, it's kind of like I'm alone and I'm not getting the service.
Well, we're trying to help you as much as we can, and we'll continue to help you as much as we can, Kiana.
Okay. So if I can't get a case manager, why can't I get a case manager? That's why I called to get a case manager and a support system with going through these things, so I wouldn't have to do it alone.
And we don't want you to have to do it alone. Unfortunately, you do have to be the one that reaches out to legal aid, and you do have to be the one that reaches out to the district attorney's office.
Okay. So the case manager that I'm requesting.
When you get a date for, what you're asking for is help with a PO. When you get that date set.
No, I'm asking for a case manager for services. That way they can give me advocacy on a whole bunch of other different things.
Okay, let's take it one step at a time. What else do you need advocacy on?
Okay, so how do I report the police corruption? What kind of organizations can she set me up with that and to combat the false arrest?
That's what I want you to discuss with Legal Aid of Northwest Texas, because they are attorneys there.
Okay. So I can't get any help for domestic abuse and, any direction on how to combat the police corruption.
They're going to be your best bet for combating police corruption. I'm just telling you what's true.
Okay, so I'm on the phone with the domestic violence place because I have this stalker that is setting up all this chaos. And you're referring me to the Northwest Legal Aid?
Northwest Texas, yes, ma'am.
Legal Aid. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I just have to get the services that people are willing to give me. Okay. So you're willing to put me up on counseling for DV. And for the services and referrals to places that combat the police corruption, you have none. Just to go to Northwest Legal Services to get other services.
That is going to be your best resource for that.
Right, and you have a legal team with attorneys, but you can't give information.
We do not.
Oh, you don't?
Have a
okay.
legal team with attorneys. No, ma'am, we do not.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We do not have a legal team. We have no attorneys on staff.
Okay. And you can't refer me to a domestic violence place that does, outside of Genesis?
Genesis is the one that we refer to.
Outside of Genesis? Outside of Genesis?
I don't know of another DV agency that has an actual attorneys on staff, an actual legal team with attorneys.
Okay, and I'm sorry, what's your name?
I'm Teresa Cole.
Okay. So how soon will I get a response from the counseling?
I really can't answer that. I put the intake in. It's usually within 24 to 48 hours.
Okay, and how soon will I talk to I'm sorry, I can't think of her name.
Alma?
Yes.
Yeah, you'll talk to Alma as soon as you get a date set with the district attorney's office for the protective order.
Oh, okay. So I call and get a date set and she won't I can't talk about other services or anything else or get any feedback on anything else I need to do until I get something set with the district attorney?
That is correct.
Okay. Okay, well, I will try to get something set with the district attorney. They've been ducking and dodging me. I've had a hard time getting services. So
that's another reason I want you to mention that to legal aid. Kiana, when you call them, tell them that.
Yeah. So so I'm just trying to get all the services that you guys offer. And
I understand, and I can only imagine you're going through a very difficult situation with this.
Okay, so wait to talk to Alma till I talk to the district attorney, and that's all you can give me.
And call legal aid, please.
Call legal aid, and to place me in any kind of situation or giving me other references you don't have.
I sure don't at this time.
Okay, so you said initially that you had to call me back to see what resources you could offer or what you could offer?
Well, that was before I had a clear understanding of what your needs were. Now that I have a clear understanding of what your needs are, I'm able to give you that information in this call.
Okay. So no case manager until I get something done with the district attorney.
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, and I'm sorry, what was your name again?